Namaste and welcome back. If you've been following this series, you already know that I'm taking you through the lifestyle I've consciously built over the last 14 years. One root, one pillar, one habit at a time. Last week, while sharing my morning routine, I mentioned that there were phases when I included fresh homemade dahi in my diet. I also said that this deserves a separate video because Ayurveda completely changed the way I looked at dahi. Like many of us, I grew up believing that dahi is healthy, cooling, and can be eaten every day. But when I started learning Ayurveda, I realized something very important. Ayurveda doesn't simply ask, "Is dahi healthy?" It asks, "Which dahi? How fresh is it? Which season is it? What is your body type? How is your digestion?" And only then does it answer whether dahi is suitable for you. That completely changed my perspective. The first thing I learned was that Ayurveda doesn't consider every food good or bad. It teaches us that the same food can benefit one person and may not suit another. That depends on your Prakriti, your body's natural constitution, your Agni or digestive strength, the season, your age, your lifestyle, and even your current state of health. That's why Ayurveda is so personalized. Instead of asking, "What is everyone eating?" it asks, "What does your body need?" That was one of the biggest mindset shifts in my journey. The second thing I learned surprised me. Most of us think dahi is cooling, but Ayurveda actually describes dahi as ushna, meaning heating in potency. It also describes dahi as nourishing and strength-giving. At the same time, it is considered guru, meaning heavy to digest. So Ayurveda doesn't say dahi is bad. It simply says it should be eaten with understanding. The same bowl of dahi may suit one person beautifully and may create heaviness for someone else. That's why Ayurveda always looks at the individual, not just the food. Another interesting thing I learned was that Ayurveda doesn't treat all dahi as the same. Fresh homemade dahi, slightly sour dahi, very sour dahi. As dahi continues to ferment, its qualities change. That's why Ayurveda generally gives preference to fresh homemade dahi rather than dahi that has become very sour. It also explains why some people experience heaviness, acidity, or excess mucus after eating dahi, while others don't. Again, the question isn't, is dahi healthy? The question is, does this particular dahi suit my body today? One thing I love about Ayurveda is that it doesn't encourage us to blindly follow food trends. It teaches awareness, observation, and consistency. Over the years, there were phases when I included fresh homemade dahi. There were also phases when I didn't. I learned to listen to my body instead of copying someone else's plate. And that, for me, is what mindful eating truly became. Not following rules blindly, but understanding why those rules exist. In the next video, I'll share something even more practical. Should dahi be eaten every day? Should it be eaten at night? Who should be more careful with it? And what combinations does Ayurveda traditionally recommend or avoid? That's what mindful eating became for me, not a diet, but a way of living. A way to stay healthy, positive, and independent throughout my life, with a healthy body and a positive mind. I'll see you next Tuesday. Namaste.